Shalom, welcome to the house. Welcome to Israelite Nation Assembly. Thank you for joining us. We had a little technical difficulties for everybody that's joining us online for some reason, but all praise to the Most High. We're here now. We are online, are we not? We're up. Okay. Hallelujah. We're online and we're up. Good. All right. So we're probably waiting for some of the brothers and sisters to come into the room because they were texting me and asking where we were at. So hopefully they got the alert and now they are joining us. Is someone there? Is there joining us online? Are they joining us?
I'm looking.
Okay, great. All right, so while we wait for people to join in, let's kind of recap a little bit. We are here at chapter 9, right? We're here at chapter 9. We've done 8 chapters. Is everybody learning from these chapters? Learning something new, learning something different? Okay, good. We learned that the creator, when the Most High created man, he created a multiplicity of men. When the Most High created Adam, he made Adam a special, set apart man on the earth. He was to be a Lord, a master of the earth. And the Most High only deals with his line. We also talked about the false narrative of the giants being on the earth in the chapter 6, that false narrative. And we actually went through the scripture about going through who those giants were before the flood and after the flood, who the sons of Yah were before the flood and after the flood. We went through that whole narrative. What else? We went through talking about the tree of life and what the tree of life was. We talked about what the men were, or in the garden, the trees that were in the garden, being considered men, or other nations upon the earth. So we went through a lot in these last 8 chapters. We talked about the serpent, that old serpent, the devil, the same spirit. But periodically, I'll be going back through the table of nations. Right, so let's start at Genesis chapter 9, verse 1. Lay with the lamb. Come on.
And the leopard shall lie down with the kid.
And the leopard is going to lie down with the small cattle, with the kid. Come on.
And the calf and the young lion.
The calf and the young lion going what?
And the fatling together. And a little child shall lead them.
And a little child shall lead them. So this is what's going to happen when the kingdom returns. Guess what? The lions is not going to be scared of us. We are not going to be scared of the lions. We run around petting lions and stuff in the kingdom. Running around petting tigers. A pet tiger. With no problem. You know what I'm saying? The tiger, we worry about the tiger eating us. We're going back to that. With that, this is pre-flood. This is what was happening. You think they were in the ark and scared of lions? No. It was pre-flood. Okay.
Verse 7. And the cow and the bear shall feed. Their young ones shall lie down together.
They're going to lie down together. Come on.
And the lion shall eat straw like the ox.
And the lion is going back to eating grass, just like the cattle. When we get to the kingdom, now he's not going to be a carnivore running around tearing meat. Come on.
And the suckling child shall play on the hole of the asp. And the weaned child shall put his head on the cockatrice's den.
So the suckling, like a baby, is going to be able to play with a poisonous snake. Or we'll play with an apple. This is the kingdom. This is the kingdom. All right, that's all I want. Was that verse 8?
No,
that's not 8. That was 8. That's all I want. We'll go back to Genesis.
Genesis 9 and 3. Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you. Even as the green herb have I given all these things.
So in verse 9, before now, all of the animals, all of the human beings, were what we call today vegan. They did not eat meat. Before chapter 9, every living thing on the face of the earth did not eat meat. But Yah changed this concept here in chapter 9. Come on.
But flesh with life thereof, which is the blood thereof, shall you not eat. And surely your blood of your lives will I require. At the hand of every beast will I require it. And at the hand of man, at the hand of every man's brother will I require the life of man.
All right, let's go back. Go back to verse 4. Because the Most High is actually teaching Noah and teaching his children the laws. You have to read it, understand what's going on, then you have to go and get the law. Because you have to realize, of course, there's nobody on earth, there is no Israelites on earth. The laws have always been on earth. They were being taught by Adam. The laws are being taught by Adam. Remember that? The laws is now being taught by Noah. But guess who's teaching had taught Noah the laws? His father. But guess who's re-implementing the laws to Noah, or reiterating the laws to Noah? The Most High. Let's read verse 4 again.
Genesis 9 and 4. But flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof,
come on,
shall you not eat.
This is a law. Deuteronomy 20. Let's go to Deuteronomy 12. Deuteronomy 12 and 23. This is a law.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 12, verse 23. Only be sure that thou eat not the blood, for the blood is the life.
The blood is the life. Don't eat the blood. The blood is the life. Come on.
And thou mayest not eat the life with the flesh.
And thou shalt not eat the life with the flesh. Read on.
Thou shalt not eat it. Thou shalt not pour it upon the earth as water. Thou shalt not eat
Thou
it.
shalt what? You missed something. Go back.
Thou shalt not eat it. Thou shalt pour it upon
That's
the earth
what you
as
said.
water.
Not.
Okay.
It says thou shalt. Yeah. Thou shalt pour this water upon the earth. Come on.
Thou shalt not eat it, that it may go well with thee, and with thy children after thee, when thou shalt do that which is right in the sight of the Most High.
Is that 25? All right, now go to Romans 14 and 1. Because we got to kill the notion of some social media prophets, I like to call them, that's teaching on or cussing folks out on because they eat meat. The Most High say you can eat meat. 14 and 1. 14 and 1. See, we got the law, right? This is how you do it. You go get the law in Deuteronomy, right? The Most High allowed us to eat meat. He said it to Noah in Genesis. He said it, he told it to Moses, and Moses wrote it in Deuteronomy. Now we're going to get the witness of it, through the testimony of Shaul or Paul.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 14, verse 1. Him that is weak in the faith receive you, but not to doubtful disputations. For one believeth that he may eat all things. Another who is weak eateth herbs. Let not him that eateth despise him that eateth not.
Let not him that eat the herbs despise him that eat meat. Don't let the one that eat like a vegan on herbs despise the one that eat meat. Come on.
And let not him which eateth not judge him that eateth.
Why? Come on.
For Yah hath received him.
Yah has received them both. Yah has received both of them. Let's go back to Genesis.
Genesis 9 and 5.
Come on.
And surely your blood of your lives will I require. At the hand of every beast will I require it. And at the hand of man. At the hand of every man's brother will I require the life of man. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed.
Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed.
For in the image of Yah made he man. And you, be ye fruitful and multiply, bring forth abundantly in the earth and multiply therein.
Okay, let's go back to verse 6. Go back to verse 6.
Genesis 9 and 6.
So remember I just told you the Most High is re-implementing the laws. Various laws. He's re-implementing the laws. Come on.
Genesis 9 and 6. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. For in the image of Yah made he man.
Let's get that law. Let's go to Exodus 21 and 12. You were going somewhere else, wasn't
I'm trying to remember what it was.
you? Yeah, Exodus 21-12.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 21, verse 12. He that smiteth a man so that he die, shall be surely put to death.
Mm-hmm. He that smiteth a man so he die shall surely be put to death. Is that it?
Yeah.
All right, let's go back to Genesis. That's the law on that. If you kill a man, he's innocent, you kill him, then you should be put to death. Right? So let's read what the Most High said again in verse 6.
Genesis 9:6.
Mm-hmm.
Whoso sheddeth man's blood,
And whoso shed a man's blood, it's the same thing. Come on.
by man shall his blood be
You
shed.
should be put to death. Come on.
For in the image of Yah made he man.
Verse 7.
And you, be you fruitful and multiply,
Mhm.
bring forth abundantly in the earth,
Mhm.
and multiply therein.
Come on.
And Yah spoke unto Noah and to his sons with him, saying, And I, behold, I establish my covenant with you, and with your seed after you, and with every living creature that is with you, of the fowl, of the cattle, and of every beast of the earth with you, from all that go out of the ark to every beast of the earth.
Come on.
And I will establish my covenant with you. Neither shall all flesh be cut off any more by the waters of a flood.
Mm-hmm.
Neither shall there any more be a flood to destroy the earth.
Mm-hmm.
And Yah said, This is the token of the covenant which I make between me and you, and every living creature that is with you for perpetual generations.
The Most High made a covenant with everything breathing on the earth. Everything breathing, he made a covenant. He covenanted with it. Come on. With the earth.
Genesis 9:13.
Mm-hmm.
I do set my bow in the cloud,
Mm-hmm.
and it shall be for a token of a covenant between me and the earth.
So for a token of the covenant, when you see that bow, that's Yah's token of the covenant between him and the earth. All things living. So I won't destroy the earth no more through water, by means of water. I won't kill every living thing no more by means of water. But I find it so interesting that the homosexual, the LBG, what is it? They got a bunch of letters. LTGQ, and they add letters all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They use the rainbow, God's covenant with the earth, as their symbol.
Shame on
Yeah.
The rainbow.
That's the one.
Just hijack the rainbow.
Yeah, hijack the rainbow. You said it right, brother. Hijack Yah's rainbow. You know what I'm saying? You can't even have a rainbow. If you have a rainbow anywhere near you, they say, "Oh, that brother get down like that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that sister get down like that."
No, it's the covenant.
No, it's the covenant. This is Yah's covenant.
No.
But them sodomites be looking. Them sodomites be looking for the rainbow.
They do.
You know? Goodness gracious. All right. Where we at?
Genesis 9:14.
Mm-hmm.
And it shall come to pass, when I bring a cloud over the earth, that the bow shall be seen in the cloud.
Mhm.
And I will remember my covenant, which is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh. And the water shall no more become a flood to destroy all flesh.
Mhm.
And the bow shall be in the cloud. And I will look upon it, that I may remember the everlasting covenant between Yah and every living creature of all flesh that is upon the earth.
So he made a covenant with everything, all the animals, everything. I'm not going to destroy you anymore. I'm not going to destroy you like I did. Come on.
And Yah said unto Noah,
Mhm.
This is the token of the covenant,
Mhm.
which I have established between me and all flesh that is upon the earth.
Come on.
And the sons of Noah that went forth out of the ark
Mhm.
were Shem and Ham and Japheth, and Ham is this father of Canaan.
And Ham is the father of Canaan. He said that specifically.
Mhm.
The Bible just don't just throw stuff out.
Right.
He said something. He said that for a reason. He said that for a reason.
Mhm.
Come on.
These are the three sons of Noah,
These are the three sons of Noah. Come on.
and of them was the whole earth overspread.
Overspread. It's funny how he brought Shem's name out first. Shem is not the elder son. He's not the elder son. You know? So it's funny how he brought his name up first. Where we at? 20? All right, come on.
Genesis 9 and 20.
Mhm.
And Noah began to be a husbandman, and he planted a vineyard.
So Noah began to be a gardener. That's what husbandman means. He began to farm, and he planted a vineyard. Come on.
And he drank of the wine and was drunken.
And would you have you a drink? All them dead bodies out there. People don't imagine what's going on here. Y'all just killed everybody on the planet and every little thing that was breathing on earth. Y'all just killed everybody except for those things that were breathing in the ark. Right? There's hundreds, perhaps thousands of bodies, thousands of other dead animals that's in the earth. The water subsided, and there's things that's dead all over the earth. Noah said, I got to plant me a garden, I need a drink. I got to form. That takes patience. Listen, do you know how much patience that takes to plant the garden, let it grow, harvest the grapes, then ferment the grapes?
Plenty of fertilizer.
Exactly. I was just
You
thinking.
say you don't have to wear?
Plenty of fertilizer.
Plenty of fertilizer. Ferment the grapes, and then have himself a drink. Y'all just killed everybody on earth.
Probably started composting on the earth. No, I'm gonna need a drink. Genesis 9:21.
Go on.
And he drank of the wine and was drunken, and he was uncovered with his tent.
Mm-hmm.
And Ham, the father of Canaan.
So read, hold on, let's slow down. 21 again, read it again.
Genesis 9:21. And he drank of the wine.
He drank up the wine.
And was drunk.
And he got drunk.
And he was uncovered within his tent.
He was buck naked. It's his tent. He can do what he want to do in his tent, right? Everybody tell you, you know what I'm saying? Do what you do in your home.
Right.
If you want to walk around with no clothes on in your home, that's you. You feel comfortable like that? No, obviously felt comfortable, right?
Like, just me and your mama home.
It's me and your mama home. He hot. He hot. He took off all his clothes. He just was on the drinking bench that day. He full of wine. He just cleaned up a mess of dead bodies, drug them out the way and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So he went in there and laid down. Butt naked, no clothes on, right? Yeah. All right, shalom. We're back up. We've been having a little bit of, y'all have to bear with us, we've been having a little bit of technical difficulty. I don't think it's any fault of ours. I think something is going on here. Y'all willing that everyone is coming back? I'm keeping it. I'll just keep it. Everyone is coming back online. Is everyone coming back online?
Yes.
They're coming back on? Okay. All right, good. So where were we at? Y'all know what verse we were on? 22?
22.
All right. Let's start at 21. 9 and 21. Is everybody coming back online? Make sure for me. I don't want to miss it. They're coming back up? No?
I'm trying to tag them individually. The ones that was watching.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we're ready. Well, as long as we're recording, they'll get it.
Genesis 9:21. And he drank of the wine and was drunk, and he was uncovered within his tent. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father and told his two brethren without.
He wouldn't tell, but see, something was wrong with Ham's mind. You know what I'm saying? He went in there and he looked at his father, seen he was naked. Obviously, the Bible was saying that he was thinking something. He seen his father's nakedness. And then he went and told his two brothers. Went to, hey, the pop's in there, a free baller. So everything we've been doing on this in this chapter is reiterating the law. Reiterating the law. We know that the law came before Moses wrote it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So let's go get this law. Who taught these boys, these three men, this law? Noah did. Their daddy did. Right? So let's go get it for them. Leviticus 18:7. We're looking at my notes. Leviticus 18:7.
This is the book of Leviticus chapter 18 verse 7. The nakedness of thy father or the nakedness of thy mother shalt thou not uncover.
You don't uncover. That's the nakedness of your father and the nakedness of your mother. Do not uncover. Come on. Is that it?
She is thy mother. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness.
She is your mother. Come on.
The nakedness of thy father's wife shalt thou not uncover.
All right. Jump up to verse 6. Start at verse 6.
Leviticus chapter 18 verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
None of you shall approach to any that is near of kin to him to uncover their nakedness.
Don't near. This is a law. You near my kin? The heck you over there looking at them for? Because of wicked and evil thoughts that come upon your mind. Wicked, evil thoughts come upon your mind about near your kin. You over there looking, sis, why are you looking at somebody that's near your kin? Don't do that. That's a law. Let me follow Proverbs 7:2. But Noah, being a preacher of righteousness, a preacher of God's laws, taught these boys this. He taught his sons this. But Ham disregarded that law. Yep, 7:2.
This is the book of Proverbs chapter 7 verse 2. Keep my commandments and live, and my law as the apple of thine eye.
And the law is the apple of thy eye. He taught his sons Yah's laws, and they were supposed to keep those laws close to their heart. For Genesis 9:23.
Genesis 9 verse 23.
Come on.
And Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it upon both their shoulders.
So they laid it upon both their shoulders. They between them, their father in the tent. He's drunk. They put a sheet or something, a cover or something in between them two. Come on.
And laid it upon both their shoulders.
They laid it upon their shoulders.
And went backwards.
And they walked backwards like this. Come on.
And covered the nakedness of their father.
And covered the nakedness of their father. Treating their father with respect and honor. Treating their father with respect and honor.
And their faces were backward.
And their faces were backward. They did not look at their father's nakedness. Come on.
And they saw not their father's nakedness.
And they didn't see their father's nakedness. They didn't look upon their father's nakedness. They treated their father, even with him being in that condition, with honor and respect. This is their father.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 3. Want to jump up to verse 3? Yeah.
It's Leviticus chapter 18 verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
After the doing of the land of Egypt wherein ye dwelt, shall ye not do. And after the doings of the land of Canaan, whither I bring you, shall ye not do. Neither shall ye walk in their ordinances.
Don't walk in the ordinances of Canaan. Remember, all through verse chapter 9, Noah keeps saying Canaan. Ham, and your son Canaan. So it ain't like, at this point, you got to realize that these verses, sometimes there's years in between these verses. So it's not like Canaan is not there.
Mm-hmm.
He's saying Canaan name because Canaan is there. He's not saying Canaan name and Canaan not there. No, Canaan is born. He's there. He's around. He's alive. He's on earth. So that's why he keeps saying Ham. That's why he keeps saying Canaan, Ham's son. That's why we keep hearing. Because Canaan is there. He's around. He's alive. Come on, watch what Noah said. Come on.
Genesis 9:24.
Remember, Noah's a prophet. Noah's a preacher of righteousness. He's a prophet. Come on.
And Noah awoke from his wine and knew what his younger son had done unto him.
He knew what Cain did. Either Yah told him what Ham did. I'm sorry. Y'all told him what Ham did, or one of them other boys wouldn't stitched him out and told what he did. But when he arose, he knew what Ham did. Come on.
And he said, "Cursed be Canaan."
Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Cursed be Canaan. Come on.
"A servant of servants shall he be."
That's something interesting to say there. Read it again.
Genesis 9:25. And he said, "Cursed be Canaan.
Mm-hmm.
A servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren."
A servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren. That is a very interesting statement there. Cursed be Canaan. Now, Ham is the one that did it, right? But he jumped right from Ham
Right.
to Canaan. He said, no, cursed be Canaan. A servant of servants shall he be to his brethren. Remember, Noah is a prophet. Remember this. Most people don't understand that this man is a prophet. How could you not? He's the only one that was able to survive. Y'all killed everybody. He survived.
Mm-hmm.
He the new Adam on earth. He's a prophet. Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants. What does that mean? What does that mean? Let's read verse 26 and then we're going to figure out what it means.
Genesis 9:26. And he said, "Blessed be the Most High of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant."
Blessed be the Most High of Shem, and Canaan going to be a servant. What does Noah know at this point that nobody else knows? At this point in history, at this point in time, what does Noah know? Because obviously he see the future. He sees something in the future. Way in the latter, past the latter day, way into the kingdom. He sees something already about Canaan. And let's get it. Give me Amos 1:6. Let's figure it out. Y'all ready to figure it out?
Mm-hmm.
Let's figure it out. Amos 1:6.
It's the book of Amos, chapter 1, verse 6.
Uh-huh.
Thus saith the Most High,
Uh-huh.
for 3 transgressions of Gaza,
Uh-huh.
and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof.
Read it again.
Thus saith the Most High,
Uh-huh.
for 3 transgressions of Gaza,
For 3 transgressions of Gaza. Gaza is a land where Canaanites dwelt. Gaza is the land where Canaanites dwelt. Read on.
and for 4
For one transgression, 2 transgressions, 3 transgressions, and then for 4 transgressions. Come on.
I will not turn away the punishment thereof,
I won't turn away the punishment thereof for these Canaanites.
because they carried away captive the whole captivity to deliver them up to Edom.
The Canaanites is who sold us to the so-called white man, to Edomites, and they also sold us during the sub-Saharan slave trade to the Ishmaelites. It was the Canaanites that did it. But let's see what the transgressions was. Give me Joel 3. Joel 3. Yeah, you can help me with these precepts. There's a lot of precepts. I mean, it's a lot of precepts. Joel 3. Let's start at verse 1.
It's the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
So this is after the latter days, and this is when the kingdom is being established, and this is when we are entering into the kingdom, and this is what Noah was speaking about in Genesis chapter 9. We getting there. Come on.
And will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage, Israel.
Come on.
Whom they have scattered among the nations.
Whom they have scattered among the nations. Come on.
And parted my land.
And parted my land. Read.
And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine,
Read.
that they might drink. Yeah, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon?
Tyre and Sidon is Canaanite tribes. Canaanite lands Canaanite tribes. We're talking about Canaan here. We're talking about Canaan. Y'all stay with me. We're talking about Canaan. Come on.
And all the coast of Palestine.
Palestine is a descendant of Canaan. Tyre is a descendant of Canaan. Sidon is a descendant of Canaan. Palestine is a descendant of Canaan. Gaza is the lands where the Canaanites dwelt, where they lived. So we're talking about, everything we're talking about is Canaan. Just like Noah was talking about, cursed be Canaan. He is a servant of servants, and here's why. Read.
Will you render me a recompense?
Uh-huh.
And if you recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? Because you have taken my silver and my gold.
Stop. Read that verse 5 again. Now we're getting into the transgression of Canaan. We're getting into the transgression of Gaza. For 1 transgression, for 2 transgression, for 3 transgression, and for 4. Yah said, I will not return, repent of my judgment that he's going to do what he's going to do to Canaan. Come on.
Joel 3 verse 5. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things.
Stop. That's 2 transgressions right there. 1, they taking the silver and gold. 2, they carried the silver and gold and the things that were in the temple of the Most High and put them in the temples of their idol gods. So let's see that. Give me 2 Chronicles 21 and 16. Hold that. We're coming back to Joel. Give me 2 Chronicles 21 and 16.
2 Chronicles 21 and 16. Moreover, the Most High stirred up against Jehoram the spirit of Philistines.
The Philistines is the descendants. We just read about them in verse 3. Was it verse 3? 4. Verse 4. We just read about them in verse 4. Those are Canaanites. Come on.
And of the Arabians that were near the Ethiopians.
Come on.
And they came up unto Judah and broke into it.
They came up to Judah and they broke into the king's house. Come on.
And carried away all the substance that was found in the king's house.
Come on.
And his sons also, and his wives, so that there was never a son left, save Jehoaz.
What verse you at?
Still 17.
Okay.
The youngest of his sons.
That's it?
That's it.
Now give me 2 Corinthians 24 and 7. 2 Corinthians 24 and 7. They broke into, the Canaanites came up, they broke into the king's house, they broke into the temple, they stole some goodly things.
Second what?
Second Chronicles, I'm sorry. 2 Chronicles. 2 Chronicles 24 and 7.
2 Chronicles 24 verse 7. For the sons of Athaliah, that wicked woman, had broken up the house of Yah.
They've broken up the house of Yah, come on.
And also all the dedicated things.
All of the dedicated things mean all of the things that the priests used in the temple, they stole, come on.
Of the house of the Most High did they bestow upon Baalim. And at the king's commandments, they made a chest and set it without at the gate of the house of the Most High. And they made a proclamation through Judah and Jerusalem to bring it into the Most High, to bring into the Most High the collection that Moses, the servant of Yah, laid upon Israel in the wilderness.
They stole that too. Come on.
And all the princes of all the people rejoiced and brought in and cast into the chest until they had made an end. Now it came to pass that at what time the chest was brought into the king's office by the hand of the Levites, and when they saw that there was much money, the king's scribe and the high priest's officer came and emptied the chest.
They stole the money. They stole the money. Come on.
And took it and carried it to his place again. Thus they did day by day and gathered money in abundance. And the king and Jehoiada gave it to such as did the work of the service of the house of the Most High, and hired masons and carpenters to repair the house of the Most High.
That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. Was to show you that they took all the gold, they took all the money, the goodly things, they took that out of the temple. That's the second transgression. They stole the silver and gold. That's the first transgression. The second transgression is they carried the goodly things out, the goodly pleasant things out of the temple. The second transgression. And put it into their places of worship. Give me Ezekiel 28 and 18. 28 and 18.
I got to school.
They put their things in the place. They broke up and took our things out of our sanctuary and put their things and put our things into their places of worship. That's Ezekiel 28 and 18.
Ezekiel 28 and 18. Thou hast defiled thy sanctuaries by the multitude of thine iniquities, by the iniquity of the traffic. Therefore will I bring forth a fire from the midst of thee. It shall devour thee, and I will bring thee to ashes upon the earth in the sight of all them that behold thee.
Now, if you go 2 verses down, just do it. It mentions their tribe. 21. Read verse 21.
Ezekiel 28 and 21. Son of man, set thy face against Zidon.
Zidon is the Canaanites. This is who did this. Set your son of man, prophesy against Zidon. Read it again.
Son of man, set thy face against Zidon and prophesy against it. And say, thus saith the Most High Yah.
Come on.
Behold, I am against thee, O Zidon.
I'm against you, O Zidon. I'm against you, Canaanites. I'm against you. Come on.
And I will be glorified in the midst of thee. And they shall know that I am the Most High.
And what I do to you, they're going to know that I'm the Most High. From what I do to you. They're going to know. Now let's go to Joel.
Finish that.
We didn't finish it. Finish it up.
When I shall have executed judgment in her, and shall be sanctified in her.
That's it. All right, let's go to Joel again. Joel 3. Now that we established the first transgression, the second transgression.
It's Joel 3 verse 6. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians.
Third transgression. The children of Jerusalem, Judah and the children of Jerusalem have you sold to the Grecians. You sold to the Edomites. You sold us to the Edomites. Third transgression. Read on.
And that ye may remove them far from their borders.
That you may have us removed far from our borders. Fourth transgression. For 3 transgressions and for 4. I will not repent or turn away the judgment that I'm going to do to Zidon or to the Zidonians or to the Canaanites. 4 transgressions. Let's get to precepts. Give me Amos 1 and 9 in Ezekiel 26 and 2.
It's the book of Amos chapter 1 verse 9. Thus saith the Most High, for 3 transgressions of Tyrus, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they deliver up the whole captivity to Edom, and remember not the brotherly covenant.
And not do up the brotherly covenant. That's the third transgression. And the fourth transgression. Come on.
26 and 21.
26 and 2.
Ezekiel 26 verse 2. Son of man, because that Tyrus have said against Jerusalem, aha, she is broken.
The Canaanites laughed at us. They said, aha. Come on.
She is broken.
They said, we're broken. The Canaanites said, we're broken. Now we can do whatever the hell we want to do. Come on.
That was the gate of the people. She is turned unto me. I shall be replenished.
I shall be replenished because I'm going to get them, remove them far from this land, and I'm going to sell them to the Grecians. I'm going to sell them to the Ishmaelites.
Now she is laid waste. Therefore thus saith the Most High Yah, behold, I am against thee, O Tyrus.
I'm against you, O Tyrus, the Canaanites. Come on.
And will cause many nations to come up against thee.
And I'm going to call many nations to come up against you, Canaanites. Come on.
And the sea causeth his waves to come up. And they shall destroy the walls of Tyrus and break down her towers. I will also scrape her dust from her and make her like the top of a rock.
That's all I want. Make her like a top of a rock means nothing. I'm going to turn these Canaanites into nothing. So now you know why Noah is saying, cursed be Canaan. He is a servant of servants to his brethren. Now we're going to really go into it. Go to Joel, back to Joel, chapter 3, verse 7.
This is Joel chapter 3, verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
Because I will raise them out of the place where ye have sold them,
I will raise the children of Israel out of the place where you sold them, Canaan. Come on.
and will return your recompense upon your own head.
And I'm going to return the recompense. Meaning I'm going to do to you what you've done to them. Come on.
And I will sell your sons
Uh-oh.
and your daughters
Uh-oh.
into the hand of the children of Judah.
I'm going to sell you back to the children of Judah. I'm going to recompense you, Canaan, because you're going to be a servant of service. Now, this is when we get the kingdom. I need y'all to understand this.
Mm-hmm.
This is in the kingdom, right? Everybody, when we get the kingdom, is going to be a servant to us. Everybody is going to be a servant to us. Let me repeat it again, because most people think they're going to be in the kingdom with all these other nations, a multiplicity of nations, worshiping Yah hand by hand, singing "We Are the World." No, there's going to be a multiplicity of nations that are our servants. This is why Noah in Genesis the 9th chapter, I haven't forgot about Genesis the 9th chapter. I had to go all the way around to get here so it make you understand. The Canaan is going to be a servant to the servants that we already have. And he's going to be a servant to his brother. Remember he said that? To be a servant to his brother. So let's read it one more again. Verse 7. And then verse 8.
Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them,
I'm going to go raise the children of Israel out of the place where you sold them. Come on.
and will return your recompense upon your own head.
The thing you did and meant for the children of Israel is the thing I'm going to do to you. You sold them into the hands of their enemies. Guess what? They're going to sell you into the hands of your enemies. Come on.
And I will sell your sons and your daughters unto the hand of the children of Judah.
Watch this.
And they shall sell them to the Sabians.
The Sabians, come on.
To a people far off.
Uh-huh.
For the Most High have spoken.
Why did he say that word? Why did he say the Sabians? Why did he say that? Why did the Bible just don't just call stuff out for no other reason than to just call it out? He said that for a reason. So who are the Sabians? Who are the Sabians? Let's go back to Genesis. Who are they? Let's jump down to Genesis 10 real quick. We're not in Genesis 10, but we need, for the sake of the argument, we need to go to Genesis 10. Yeah, we need to go to Genesis 10 and 6. 10 and 6. Genesis 10 and 6.
Genesis chapter 10.
Remember, we're trying to figure out who the Sabians are. We got to figure out why Canaan is going to be sold to them. Come on.
Genesis 10 and 6. And the sons of Ham.
These are the sons of Ham.
Cush. Mizraim.
Come on.
Phut. And Canaan.
Canaan is listed right there, right? That's Canaan, right? All right. Well, we're going to sell Canaan, right? We're going to sell them to the Sabians. Come on.
And the sons of Cush.
The sons of Cush, who was the brother of Canaan. Come on.
Seba.
Seba is the Sabians. Seba is the Sabians. The nephew of Canaan. Canaan and his descendants is going to be sold, is going to be in our hand, and we're going to sell him to his brethren. He's going to be a servant of servants to his brethren. Now, the Sabians is already going to be our servants. Canaan is going to be even more abase, or even more or lower than the Sabians, or the Sabians. I'm sorry. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Are we clear on that? Okay, cool. Now let's go back up to 9, verse 9. Chapter 9. I'm sorry.
Genesis chapter 9. What verse we at?
What verse is we at?
Yeah.
What was it? 27. Okay.
Genesis 9, verse 27. Yah shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant.
And Canaan shall be his servant. He's going to be a servant. He's going to be lower or the base lower than all other servants that we have in the kingdom. based on what his father did to Noah. Isn't that something? Even in the kingdom, they got to pay for what they did to Noah. For what his father did to Noah. Brother, come on.
And Noah lived after the flood 350 years.
He lived 350 more years after the flood. Come on.
And all the days of Noah were 950 years, and he died.
And he died. And Noah died. Now let's go to Genesis 10.
Genesis 10.
I bet y'all never thought we was going to get out of chapter 9, huh? I didn't either. I don't blame you. Give me Genesis. Genesis chapter 10.
Genesis 10 verse 1. Now these are the generations of the sons of Noah. Shem, Ham, Japheth, and unto them were sons born after the flood. The sons of Japheth, Gomer, Magog, Madai, and Javan, Tubal, Meshach, and Tyrus.
Now these are the sons. These are the sons, or the firstborn sons of Japheth. All nations in the earth come out of the firstborn sons of Shem, Ham, and Japheth. All nations today upon the earth come out of the firstborn sons of Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Come on.
Even though he mentioned Shem first, Japheth was firstborn.
He was the firstborn. Japheth was the firstborn, but Shem is first because Shem is now is going to carry the lineage on but from Noah. You know what I'm saying? So just like it went from Adam, just like it went from Adam to Seth, it's because Abel was killed, Cain was cursed. It went from Adam to Seth. It went from Noah to Shem.
Gotcha.
All right.
Genesis 10 and 3. And the sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz, Repheth, and Togarmah. And the sons of Javan, Elisha, and Tarshish, Kittim, and Dudanim. By these were the isles of the Gentiles.
Now this is what drives people insane right here. Read verse 5 again. They lose their mind on this.
Genesis 10 and 5. By these were the isles of the Gentiles divided in their lands, everyone after his tongue, after their families, in their nations.
In their nations. Now this word here in verse 5 is Gentiles, is Strong's, from the Strong's, H1471. H1471. If you're at home or if you're taking notes, write it down. Go to your Strong's Concordance all around the world, don't matter. It only means, drum roll please, it only means nations. Don't get crazy about that word, Gentile. See, Japheth's sons is the only ones that the Bible calls Gentiles. No, that's not true. As we go further, this is the same word that's going to be used for Ham, the same word that's going to be used for Shem. The same word. It's just Gentiles. That's it. It only means nations. Outside of Israel, other than Israel, the nations, sometimes it refers to Israel, predicated on if they Hellenized or not.
Right.
People lose their mind over this word.
They do.
They lose their mind. Let's read on.
Genesis 10 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
And the sons of Cush, Seba and Havilah, and Sabta, and Ramah, and Sabtika, and the sons of Ramah, Sheba, and Dedan. And Cush begat Nimrod. He began to be a mighty one in the earth. And he was a mighty hunter before the Most High. Wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Most High, and the beginning of his kingdom was Babel.
The beginning of Nimrod's kingdom was Babel. That was the beginning of his kingdom. Come on.
And Erech, and Akkad, and Calneh,
Come on.
in the land of Shinar. Out of that land went forth Asher and builded Nineveh, the city of Rehoboth, and Kala. And Rezin between Nineveh and Kala, the same as a great city. And Mizraim begat Ludim, and Anamim, and Lahabim, and Naphtali, and Patruzim, and Casluhim, out of whom came Philistine.
Out of whom came the Philistines. Come on.
And Caphtorim, and Canaan begat Sidon, his firstborn.
Come on.
And Heth, and the Jebusite,
And the Jebusite.
and the Amorite, and the Girgasite, and the Hivite, and the Archite, and the Sinite, and the Arvadite, and the Zemarite, and the Hamathite. And afterwards were the families of the Canaanites spread abroad.
Aren't you glad you got the precepts and that?
Yeah.
You're a trooper for that one. You're a trooper for that one.
You gotta be in training. And the border of the Canaanites was from Sidon, and thou camest Gerar unto Gaza.
Unto Gaza. Remember I just said that was where they lived? All right, come on.
And thou goest unto Sodom and Gomorrah.
Boy, they stay with the homosexual stuff, boy. Stay they're looking at their daddy. They're on Sodom and Gomorrah. They're trying to bang the angels. I mean, man. Come on, man. That's what I was playing. Yeah.
Sodom and Gomorrah, and Admah, and Zeboim, and Zeboim, even unto Lasha.
Come on.
These are the sons of Ham after their families, after their tongues, in their countries, and in their nations.
This after their nations is Goyim. Same word, H1471. After their nations, Goyim. Goyim or Goyim, it just simply means nations. Nothing else. Don't go crazy on it. You know, folks want to say Gentiles because they're trying to save Esau. That's all it is. But we ain't gonna save Esau around here. No Captain Saver Esau around here. Alright, 21.
Genesis 10 and 21.
Remember I said I was gonna go back at some point and reference chapter 10 because I want to go through all who is who, but I'm not gonna do that today. We're just gonna read through it. Come on.
Genesis 10 and 21. And Shem also the father of the children of Eber, the brother of Japheth, the elder, even to him were children born. The children of Shem, Elam and Asher, and Arphaxad, and Lud, and Aram, and the children of Aram, Uz, and Hul, and Gether, and Mash, and Arphaxad begat Salah, and Salah begat Eber, and unto Eber were born two sons. The name of one was Peleg.
Now, Eber means Hebrew. Actually, the name Eber is Ivory, and it actually just means Hebrew. It's the first time the Bible refers to anybody as Hebrew. That was his actual name. Okay.
The name of one was Peleg. For in his days was the earth divided, and his brother's name was Joktan.
So during the Tower of Babel is when Peleg was born, and the massive before if you could look at the earth, you could tell it was just one mass. The way it looks, but the earth began to divide itself at this point when Peleg was born. Come on.
And Joktan begat Almodad, and Sheleph, and Hazarmaveth, and Jerah, and Hadaram, and Uzo, and Dikla, and Obal, and Abimael, and Sheba, and Ophir, and Havilah, and Jabab. All these were the sons of Joktan. And their dwelling was from Mesha, as thou goest unto Sephar, a mount of the east. These are the sons of Shem, after their families, after their tongues, in their lands, after their nations.
That word again is Goyim, after their nations, after the Goyim, after their nations.
These are the families of the sons of Noah, after their generations, in their nations, And by these were the nations divided in the earth after the flood.
So you got through all those names, brother. Dickie Kiki, you got through them.
I love being described.
and that is the point to what we're doing here. That is the point of what we're doing. We're going to go every word. We're going to read every word of the Bible. Every word. That's what we want to do, because every word is important. Every name is important. I know some people just, let's skip them names. No, the names is important, because when we get down further, you're going to say, oh, that name was in back there. That's who that is. All right, give me Genesis the 11th chapter. And we're going to get through it.
Genesis 11.
Thank you, brothers and sisters, for bearing with us through our technical issues. Thank you, brothers and sisters, for staying with us. All right.
Genesis 11:1.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole earth was of one language and of one speech.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to pass, as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. And they said one to another, Go to, let us make brick. And they burned them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar. And they said, Go to, let us build us a city and a tower, whose top may reach unto heaven. And let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth.
Mm-hmm. Lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth.
And the Most High came down to see the city and the tower, which the children of men builded.
Mm-hmm.
And the Most High said, Behold, the people is one, and they have all one language, and this they begin to do. And now nothing will be restrained from them,
Watch this.
which they have imagined to do.
Which they have imagined to do. He said this, the Most High said this before. Let's hold this and get Genesis 8:21.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 8, verse 21. And the Most High smelled a sweet savor, and the Most High said in his heart, I will not again curse the ground anymore for man's sake.
Mm-hmm.
For the imagination of man's heart is evil
The
from
what of man's heart?
Imagination of man's heart is evil from his youth.
The imagination of man's heart is evil even from a child, from his youth. He's just continually evil. He just does nothing but continue to do wicked things. Think about wicked things to do. Right? Give me Jeremiah 17:9.
Wow.
Jeremiah 17:9. The Most High says it's nothing going to be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do, which is only evil. They're going to do everything. We got to go down and confound these men, because they're going to do, nothing is going to be restrained from them. They're going to do everything that's evil to come across their mind. Come on.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 9.
Come on.
The heart is deceitful above all
The
things.
heart means the mind. The heart means the mind. The mind is deceitful above all things. Read.
And desperately wicked.
And desperately. It is desperately wicked. Whatever it imagined to do, whatever you could think of doing, the mankind will do. Because it's evil and wicked as hell. Desperately wicked. That's right. Desperately wicked. But read on in verse 10.
Who can know it?
Who can know it? Come on.
I, the Most High, search the heart. I try the reins.
I try the reins of your mind. Come on.
Even to give every man according to his ways and according to the fruit of his doing.
The fruit of his doing. Whatever in your mind and you produce that fruit, I'm going to pay you for what you've done. Let's go back to Genesis.
Genesis 11:6. And the Most High said, Behold, the people is one, and they have all one language, and this they begin to do. Now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do.
With the evil mind, whatever they imagine to do, they're going to do. Verse 7.
Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Most High scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth.
Upon the face of all the earth. That's verse 9.
8.
Verse 8.
Yeah.
All right. I missed something, though. I missed something that was very important. we was talking about Japheth, right? But we missed something there. And I just noticed I missed it. Let's see. Right when we were talking about, okay, right when we, verse 10, right when we, let's go back, because this is important.
Chapter 10.
Let's go back to chapter 10, because this is important.
10 on what?
10, and I said I was going to give you just a little nugget of this. 10 and 5. We were talking about the Gentiles. It threw me off. So let's read it again.
Genesis 10 and 5. By these were the isles of the Gentiles divided in their lands, every one after his tongue, after their families, in their nations. You reading all the 19?
Nope, that's all I wanted was verse 5. Let's go to the book. Let's go to the book of the name of this book is called Light and Truth. Light and Truth. On page 18 it talks about Japheth, right? Something very interesting. All the underlying parts, because this is what I was saying about dealing with chapter 10. Dealing with chapter 10. There's 18 nations, right? There's 18 nations in the Bible. The Bible says that there's 18 nations upon the earth, right?
Okay.
So understand this. So when people say, where's Japheth? So when people want to say that Japheth was the so-called white man, we have to understand that Japheth, the whole earth was brown skinned or was black, right? Or so-called blacks. The so-called white man didn't come up on the earth until Esau, right? That's what we teach. That's what we believe. So who are the ancient Japhites? Where are they today? That's what, you know what I'm saying. So I'm only going to touch on this a little bit because this is a lot of information to go into, right? So let's just get the book. So what you can expect that's coming, right? So it's coming. So let's get it.
The generations of Japheth. Their settlement began at the Mount of Taurus and Amanus. They extended them in Asia as far as the river Tanais, and in Europe to Cadiz, settling themselves upon the land which was previously unoccupied. They founded nations called by their own names, for Gomer founded those whom the Greeks now call Galatians or Gauls, but were then called Gomerites. These were the generations of Japheth after their families.
This is very important. Listen to this. This is very, very important. The scholars, there's 8 scholars that had participated in writing this book. This is very important. Come on.
These were the generations of Japheth after their families and tongues in their countries and nations, who were also denominated, watch this, colored by the Grecian historian.
Colored by the Grecian historian. So the father of historian of white historian called the ancient Japheths black. Called them black people. Called them black people. So we're going to go into that, and you're going to find out where they are, where they're at. We got some Japhites that's in Australia, Japhites that's in the Pacific Ocean area. That's where the Japhites were pushed out into. But we're not going to go in that today. We will get back into those histories at a later time. Let's go back to chapter 11. Chapter 11, and we were on what? 11? 8? Let's go to chapter 11 and
Genesis 11 verse 8. So the Most High scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build the city. Therefore is the name of it called Babel, because the Most High did there confound the language of all the earth. And from thence did the Most High scatter them abroad.
Read that last part again. From thence what?
From thence.
Did
the Most High scatter them abroad.
The Most High scattered mankind abroad. Come on.
Upon the face of all the earth.
So let me say this. So what do they always say about the so-called Middle East? Or what do they always say about Iraq? That it is the what?
Cradle of civilization.
The cradle of civilization. They always say that. So why do they say it's the cradle of civilization? Because mankind did not start there, but for some reason they call that region the cradle of civilization.
That's where Nimrod come from.
That's where Nimrod come from, and that's where the Most High scattered all the rest of mankind. Right? So that area now is called Iraq, modern day Iraq or Mesopotamia. The area that the Tigris rivers, between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, is often referred to as the cradle of civilization because it is the first place where complex urban centers grew. It is the first place where complex urban centers grew. So that's why they call it the cradle of civilization. Not that the Garden of Eden was there, not that mankind, the first men were created there. It's where they went and just started building cities.
Yeah. They even try to say Noah, that's where he landed.
Exactly. Well, could possibly. That's debatable, but possibly.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back to verse 10.
Genesis 11 and 10. These are the generations of Shem. Shem was 100 years old and begat Arphaxad 2 years after the flood. And Shem lived after he begat Arphaxad 500 years and begat sons and daughters. And Arphaxad lived 530 years and begat Salem. And Arphaxad lived after he begat Salem 403 years and begat sons and daughters. And Salah lived 30 years and begot Eber. And Salah lived after he begot Eber 403 years and begot sons and daughters. And Eber lived 430 years and begot Peleg.
Got them names again, come on.
Right. And Eber lived after he begot Peleg 430 years and begot sons and daughters. And Peleg lived 30 years and begot Reu. And Peleg lived after he begot Reu 209 years and begot sons and daughters. And Reu lived 230 years and begot Serug. And Reu lived after he begot Serug 207 years and begot sons and daughters. And Serug lived 30 years and begot Nahor.
You see how their lifespans change? Come on.
And Serug lived after he begot Nahor 200 years and begot sons and daughters. And Nahor lived 9 and 20 years and begot Terah. And Nahor lived after he begot Terah 19 years and begot sons and daughters. And Terah lived 70 years and begot Abram, Nahor, and Haran. Now these are the generations of Terah. Terah begot Abram, Nahor, and Haran. And Haran begot Lot. And Haran died before his father Terah in the land of his nativity in Ur of the Chaldees. And Abraham and Nahor took them wives. And the name of Abraham's wife was Sarai. And the name of Nahor's wife was Milcah. And the daughters of Haran and the father of Milcah and the father of Iscah. But Sarai was barren. She had no child. And Terah took Abram his son, and Lot the son of Haran, and his son's son, and Sarai his daughter-in-law, his son Abram's wife, and they went forth with them from Ur of the Chaldees to go into the land of Canaan, and they came unto Haran and dwelt there. And the days of Terah were 205 years, and Terah died in Haran.
Hallelujah. So we have officially gotten through 9, 10, and 11. All praises. Give him a sweat rag. All praises. We officially got through it. So we hope that you have gleaned from this lesson. If you have any questions, be sure to write us. We had a bit of difficulties with our media, so please like and share the page if you will. If you have any questions, be sure to message us. We will answer them. We will answer them, y'all willing, if we can. All right. With that being said, we say shalom, shalom. God bless. Enjoy your Shabbat.